Hello everyone, it's time to start Season 5 of the Biscuit Brawl with Event 1, Block Pushing. The way this event works is to get your team to push the block 20 meters as quickly as possible. The faster the time, the higher the placement you get, and each team will get 2 events. So we'll start with the test team, the Tadpoles. This time around, the junior team of the Leapfrogs, they will be testing out the events for every event. Basically, you just have to push this block through the 20 meters as fast as possible, essentially. So that was that run. We'll see how the other teams do. We'll start with Heat 1, the Corvid Crowd and the Dark Dragons. Corvid Crowd managed to get 3rd in the main league last season. Dark Dragons got, I believe, 10th in the league, so not as great for them, but they are former champions. And it looks like the Dark Dragons have a slight lead, although it's really close. Corvid Crowd tried to mount something there. But it looks like the Dark Dragons will win that first heat, but it's based on combined time. It's not, like, advancement. So we have 13 and a half seconds for the Dark Dragons, 14 seconds for the Corvid Crowd. So overall, things look better for the Dark Dragons right now. However, they will both switch lanes, and they will get another try, and both times will be combined to see, and whoever has the lowest time, the fastest time wins. And so right now, Corvid Crowd has a much larger lead, although Dark Dragons tried to close up there at the end, but it wasn't quite enough. Let's see what the times look like. 12:21 for the Corvid Crowd, 13:14 for the Dark Dragons. It looks slightly better for the Corvid Crowd, as they currently have the lead. Heat 3 is now between the Skyjets and the Natural Disasters. Natural Disasters getting a solid 6th last season. Skyjets getting 5th in the league last season. And it looks a bit better for the Natural Disasters so far. Not the fastest runs from the looks of it. Skyjets try to like make a bump at the end to try to take the lead, but it wasn't enough. And the Natural Disasters will win that heat. 12-19 versus 13-15. So overall, I think that's pretty good. But they will switch lanes again, and they will go yet again. Natural Disasters and Skyjets. We'll see if they can improve, if any of them can improve upon their time. Skyjets mounting an early lead, and it looks like it's going to grow even farther. Yeah, that is a very significant lead for the Skyjets. So they'll probably be beating the Natural Disasters at those events. So yeah, 13-11 versus a 14-12 by the Natural Disasters. Not good by them. And that's provisionally 2nd for the Skyjets and last place for the Natural Disasters so far. Now we have Heat 5 between the Chlorophyll crew and the hosts, the Leapfrogs. The Leapfrogs also won last season. They also won the first event of last season. So they're looking to be the favorites going into this event. But so far, they are behind the Chlorophyll crew, who won the league last season. Actually, we have 2 champions technically here. But the Chlorophyll crew easily do better against the Leapfrogs here with a 12-15. That's a very good time. 13-11, not awful by the Leapfrogs, but not particularly great. Now they will switch lanes. Leapfrogs and Chlorophyll crew will go yet again. We'll see if the Leapfrogs will be able to do better this time, as I believe every team so far has won, like, one of the heats and lost one. But right now, Chlorophyll crew continuing their decimation streak, even with 3 Leapfrog members hitting that block. It is not enough. And that is a 12-27, another sub 13 seconds for the Chlorophyll crew. Meanwhile, 13-23 for the Leapfrogs. So that's going to be very good for the Chlorophyll crew. And yeah, they are provisionally in 1st place. Meanwhile, Leapfrogs, our hosts, and the last season's champions, down in last. Anyway, we have Heat 7, the Laser Kiwis, and the Soda Pops. Will any of them be able to dethrone the Chlorophyll crew? Let us see. It looks slightly better for the Soda Pops, it looks like, but it's very close between both the Soda Pops and Laser Kiwis. Soda Pops extending their lead just a little bit. It's quite close, but the Soda Pops did definitely win the heat. Timing-wise, 13-14 and 14:02. Not the best times, all things considered, especially 14:02 by the Laser Kiwis. But they will switch lanes, and we will see how they will do. Soda Pops, I believe, got like a middling performance in the league last season. Laser Kiwis, I think got like 7th in the main league. And yeah, that wasn't great for the Laser Kiwis there. 12-18 for the Soda Pops. Actually quite good, but a 13-20 for the Laser Kiwis is not good. And they fall to last place. Meanwhile, Soda Pops all the way up to 2nd place with that run. Pretty good for them. Heat 9 now. We're halfway done with the event. Grape Shots and Tree Huggers are going now. Grape Shots managed to get 4th last season. Tree Huggers, I think, got like a middling performance in the league as well, after getting relegated the season prior. Grape Shot's another former champion, and they are showing that somewhat, as they will win this heat, but just barely. 13:09 to 13:13, both pretty all-right times, I would say. I think Grape Shot's 13:09 is quite good, but now they'll switch lanes, and we'll try to see if any of them will manage to improve upon their previous time. It looks very even once again. Like, it's super close. Grape Shots have a tiny lead going through there. Tree Huggers managed to hit the block and actually finish before the Grape Shots. So, Tree Huggers will actually win that heat with a 13-12 to a 13-16. Both of these times really close. And they both have a 26-25. But because of the Grape Shots having a better, faster time, they will get 4th while Tree Huggers get 5th. Pastry Party and Soapy Bubbles now. Pastry Party managed to get 2nd last season, while the Soapy Bubbles could only muster 8th. Well, that's still pretty impressive. But that's one of their weaker performances. Anyway, Soapy Bubbles have a massive lead right here. It is not even close between the Soapy Bubbles and Pastry Party. A lot of shenanigans happening up in the top lane. A 12:23 and a 13:09. None of these were even bad runs. By the way, 13:09 is still very respectable, but that 12:23 is very good. Now, Soapy Bubbles and Pastry Party will go yet again. Both Soapy Bubbles especially have to look out for, because they are definitely in contention for a medal, potentially even gold. But the Pastry Party are currently winning this heat. Soapy Bubbles a bit far behind. Pastry Party getting another hit in, extending the lead massively. And that was really good for the Pastry Party. Will that help their run out a bit? Let's see. 12:15. That's a great one for Pastry Party. 13:02 for the Soapy Bubbles as well. And Pastry Party will barely take 2nd over the Soapy Bubbles. Still, both of these teams on the podium, so that's really impressive for both of them. Heat 13, now we have the Flight of Fairies and the Soulmates. The Soulmates are a rebrand. Actually, both of these teams are a rebrand of the Fairly Fairy and Sunshiners. Flight of Fairies, I believe, got 13th last season, while the Soulmates got 7th in the league. And the Flight of Fairies will win that pretty convincingly so far, actually pushing the block a little bit backwards, which is kind of funny. 12:20. Okay, that's a really good time. And a 13:16, so kind of just okay for the Soulmates. But a 12:20 for Flight of Fairies is really good. So they probably are they're definitely challenging for a podium. Maybe even a gold if they get a really good run this next time. But it looks like the Soulmates are absolutely demolishing the Flight of Fairies right now. It is not even close. Soulmates absolutely wipe the floor with the Flight of Fairies. A 12:17, which is a very good time. 13:25 for the Flight of Fairy. That's not very good, and they'll fall to 6 to that. Soulmates will actually beat the Flight of Fairies, going up to 5th. And now we have the final heat with Cetacean Nation and Bubblegummers. Well, the final group of 2. With this, the Chlorophyll crew have guaranteed themselves a medal, but will it be gold? Cetacean Nation did get 5th last season. Bubblegummers managed to get 2nd in the league. So, very impressive teams these two are last season. But Bubblegummers, very slow compared to Cetacean Nation. And a 13:26 by Bubblegummer is not very good. 12:19 for Cetacean Nation. That is really impressive. That is potentially another run, provided they don't choke here. That is challenging for a medal, potentially gold, although it is hard to say. It is really close here, but the Bubblegummers do manage to extend their lead, even with all the Cetacean Nation members hitting onto it. There's just not enough momentum there. Bubblegummers will easily beat Cetacean Nation. And it looks like the Bubblegummers did really well here, but that's definitely not enough for Cetacean Nation to get a podium. Looking at the standings, that is only 4th, and Chlorophyll crew will win the event, followed by the Pastry Party, Soapy Bubbles, Laser Kiwis, Leapfrogs, and National Disasters had a hard time. But congratulations to the Soapy Bubbles for getting bronze, to the Pastry Party for getting silver, and to the Chlorophyll crew for winning the first event of Biscuit Brawl Season 5. Looking at the standings, it's what you expect. Chlorophyll crew up in 1st place, followed by Pastry Party and Soapy Bubbles. Cetacean Nation also in the top 4. Leapfrogs and Laser Kiwis are kind of struggling right now. But we'll see you next time for the second event of the Biscuit Brawl, Hurdles. Until then, this is Rip Biscuit, signing off.